start with one of the players that after the weekend pulled his thigh, Tyler Nyango. How's he doing? What's the diagnosis? Because obviously at the weekend it was a little bit too early to say, but you said...
I think it was too early to say, but I think, don't you? We all know football, we've saw these injuries, haven't we? I think he's gone for a scan today at 5 o'clock. He'll be back up at Everton now, and he'll go through that process with them. But look, I don't know. It's going to be, it looked to me quite a bad one. He's back up at Everton now, so hopefully we'll see him again this season. But for the lad, hopefully it's not too bad. But I think we all saw what happened. And when you pull up like that, they can be a bit naughty.
Speaking of the results at the weekend, it was a 1-1 draw. Just obviously with the Shrewsbury game, it was two last-minute goals. It was an 89th minute goal at the weekend. What would you assess that as? Is it just the team not playing to the whistle? I know against Shrewsbury team, okay, there was an exceptional amount of added on time that you weren't particularly happy with. Yeah. But in the game of the weekend, was it just a simple case of the players not playing to the whistle?
Yeah, I think so. Obviously, you're going to come under pressure, aren't you? At the end of the day, you're going to suffer at some time in the game. And of course, we were winning. So I think players start to protect what they've got a little bit, and you start sinking a bit deeper. And maybe then you lack a bit of pressure on the ball, and you give them a free hit right down the middle of the goal. You know what I mean? And to be fair, the defenders were absolutely magnificent for the whole game, and they defended nearly every single action up until that part of it. Obviously, fatigue can come into it. Obviously the concentration levels as well. And it just happened, didn't it? The boy had a good finish. We lost the first contact, really. The boys spun. It was a good finish. And you've got to give Morecambe credit. They played to their strengths. Those centre-backs nullified their attack, their attackers. They had little or no entries into our box in the first 80 minutes, maybe when they got the offside goal. Other than that, they weren't anywhere near our goal. So, but of course, there's always going to be moments in the game where they get in your box. That was one of them. The boy finished it well. But in the main, I think we played exceptionally well.
I will go on to ask, how is following the result, how is the confidence of the lads?
Well, we gave them a day off on Sunday, and we've come in today, and everybody looks good, ready to go, recovered well. Spirits high, because the performances have been good. And at the end of the day, we've got a bit of momentum. We've got a first point on the board, which is good. We know it could have been so much more in the last 3 games, but it is what it is. We are where we are. But the players are responding. They're enjoying the training, what I can see. Everybody looks like they're ready to go again. Spirits are good.
There's such a feel-good atmosphere around the club since you've come in. How happy are you with the positive atmosphere still around the club? The fans have absolutely loved having you in thus far.
Yeah, I think they can see the performances, couldn't they? I think they can actually see where the team is at the moment. And of course, we knew when we came in here, everybody knows how difficult a job it was. The club were at the bottom of the league. I knew that, so we know how tough it was going to be. But we also know that I believe in myself as a coach, and we believe we can climb the table. I think the fans have seen how well we've set the team up, how competitive we've been in the 3 matches. So they're pleased with that. Up until this point, we've been in the leads in both the games. We've had leads. And up until the Peterborough, we had a easy point until we get away a penalty. So I think they've showed. I think the fans have seen how we've set the team up. I think they're happy, and the chances created and things like that. We're getting better at it, aren't we?
I've noticed in the stats, possession-wise, you guys don't seem to dominate the ball as much. But in terms of chances, especially against in your first game against Shrewsbury and in the last game, you dominated chances. You had more chances than the opposition. What is possession? Because I think it was 38% in both games.
Okay.
Is that something that you would look to address, or is that just unimportant to you in terms of I just want to get the ball into the box, into the back of the net?
No, I like possession. I like to keep the possession as well. It's not as if we're intentionally going out to less possession. We're going out to win and play the game, play football. Of course, other teams are maybe a little bit stronger than the possession because, of course, we're at the bottom of the league. So So really, no, I mean, the possession, it doesn't mean anything really at the end of the day. It's all about getting a result. But, I'd like to keep the ball as we go along a bit better than what we're doing. But I think as long as we're creating chances, which is the main thing and we're exciting, I think, no matter to me really where we are, as long as we're getting results and as long as we're looking solid and hard to beat, but also aggressive and creating chances. I was a wee bit disappointed with the chances created against Peterborough. We never seem to get in the final third very often. But against Shrewsbury we did on the counter-attack. And again, on Saturday, our patterns of play were evident. We were really dangerous in the attacking third. We had possession. And we had spells we kept the ball and combined and connected well. So no, I was really pleased. And but possessions, if you've got possession, you've got possession. You've not. It's nothing. No concern to me at all.
Have you had the chance to watch Fleetwood, the Fleetwood Charlton game back? Charlton with 10 men in that match, lost 2-1.
I watched Fleetwood against Charlton against Fleetwood. I watched that the other night there, so I've got a handle on it, But they play a 4-3-3 at the moment, and we'll go with what we're going with. I might change it tactically. I might change it up a wee bit. I might change in my mind. I've got enough different formation in my mind. Been difficult to work on the pitch today tactically. We'll be doing the tactics room. We'll do it in the classroom. We're doing the tactics board. But I have watched them. Yeah, they're a good team. We've got a lot of good key players for them. Definitely in the flanks as well. They've got good players. And it's going to be a tough game, but look, they're all going to be tough games for us. And that's the way it is. That's where we are. But the players are responding, they're performing, and they really are working their socks off.